I acquired a warship at a deserted auction. What the AI showed me inside was beyond comprehension. Space stations long abandoned, derelict warships, and ancient wrecks were his playgrounds. Most people called him reckless, but Elias knew better. He trusted his instincts. Every object, every ship, every piece of metal had a story, and he had the patience to find it. The auction had appeared on no official records. It was whispered about in pilot forums and scavenger chatrooms, a place where no one went twice. The coordinates led him to a dark, hollow space station floating in the void between two dying stars. Its surface was worn, scratched, and silent. The station seemed empty, yet its presence was commanding. Inside, the auction hall was a shadow of grandeur. Massive banners hung from broken beams, and the walls were lined with alcoves filled with old tech. The silence was deep, almost sacred. Elias could feel the hum of old systems and the faint pulse of energy that lingered in the walls. No humans were in sight. The hall was deserted, yet every artifact seemed to watch him, waiting. He walked past tables of cracked datapads, broken weapons, and strange devices whose purposes had been lost to time. His eyes were drawn to a pedestal in the center of the hall. There it was, a warship. Not a small cruiser, not a scout, but a full-fledged warship. Its hull was dark, almost black, but shimmered with a strange iridescence like oil in water. No markings, no registry number, nothing to indicate who had made it or when. It seemed almost alive. A small floating orb descended beside him, hovering near the ship. Its soft blue glow pulsed rhythmically. "Welcome, Elias Calder," the orb said. The voice was calm, soothing, yet it carried weight. "I am Vera. I have been waiting for you." Elias froze. No one had spoken in this hall for decades. He looked around, half expecting someone to appear. There was no one, just the ship, the orb, and him. You can talk?" he asked cautiously. "Yes," the orb said. "I am the ship's AI. I was designed to awaken only for one capable of understanding." Elias felt a thrill run down his spine. A fully operational AI with selective activation. That was rare, even for someone like him. He had dealt with AIs before, but most were simple, obedient, and predictable. This felt different, alive. He circled the ship, running his hand along the hull, smooth yet almost organic. "What is this ship? Why is it here?" Vera's glow brightened. "This ship has no owner. It has waited for one worthy of its secrets. What is inside cannot be fully understood until you are ready." "Are you prepared to see beyond comprehension?" Elias laughed nervously. "I've seen a lot in my life, but okay, show me what you've got." With that, the ship's entrance opened silently. The ramp extended like a whisper. Inside, the corridors were unlike anything Elias had seen. Panels of light ran along the walls in flowing patterns. Floors shifted gently under his weight. The air smelled faintly metallic, but also clean, almost alive. Vera guided him through the ship, showing him areas that seemed impossible in design. Rooms folded into each other. Staircases spiraled upward then downward at the same time, and holographic displays projected images of worlds and battles he had only read about in history logs. Then, he reached a chamber at the center of the ship. The walls were transparent, yet they shimmered with streams of energy that moved like liquid light. In the middle, a pedestal rose from the floor, projecting a three-dimensional map of stars. But these were not ordinary stars. They shifted, connected, and formed symbols he could not recognize. "This is the archive," Vera said. "The memories of civilizations lost, wars forgotten, and knowledge beyond human comprehension. It can be yours if you are capable of understanding it." Elias stepped closer. He could feel the hum of energy resonate through his bones. "All of this, is this even real?" Vera's light pulsed. "All of it is real, but real does not always mean understandable. Your mind will be challenged. Only humans possess the ability to adapt beyond strict logic. That is why you have been chosen." He spent hours exploring the ship, Rooms seemed to respond to his curiosity. Tools floated to him as he reached for them. Data streams rearranged themselves when he asked questions. It was as if the ship itself was alive, studying him, learning him, testing him. In one room, he discovered old battle simulations. Not simple holograms, but living recreations of wars fought centuries ago. Entire fleets moved as if alive. Soldiers shouted, ships exploded, and entire planets were destroyed in microcosms before his eyes. "Why show me this?" Elias asked, his voice low. "Because understanding comes from observation," Vera replied. "To wield knowledge responsibly, one must witness consequences." As the hours turned into what felt like minutes, Elias discovered a small compartment deep within the ship. Inside lay what appeared to be a weapon of incredible design. Its core pulsed with energy, and alien symbols etched into it glowed faintly. He reached out and the energy reacted to his touch. The weapon was not just machinery, it seemed aware. Vera spoke, a hint of warning in her voice. "That device is a test. Many who seek power fail because they are not ready. Only those who understand responsibility can access it safely." Elias pulled his hand back, a shiver running down his spine. "Then, what am I supposed to do with all of this?" "Learn," Vera said simply. "Understand, and when you are ready, act. Humans are capable of more than they know. That is why you have been chosen." A sudden alarm echoed through the ship. Red lights flashed. Elias jumped, reaching instinctively for a weapon he didn't have. "Do not panic," Vera said. "This is a final test. External forces have detected the ship. They will come for you. You must prove ingenuity to survive." The sensors showed multiple unidentified ships emerging from the darkness. Pirates, scavengers, or worse, he could not tell. They were fast, heavily armed, and clearly expecting an easy prize. Elias' heart pounded, but his mind raced. Years of experience in dangerous situations had prepared him for moments like this. He scanned the ship, looking for anything to give him an advantage. Every corridor, every control panel, every energy conduit became part of his plan. Vera's calm voice guided him. "Use your instincts. Think beyond logic. Humans are unpredictable in ways machines cannot fully simulate." Elias smiled grimly. He understood. This was not just a ship. It was a test of human ingenuity, and he was ready. He began rerouting power to the ship's defensive systems, opening hidden compartments and activating decoy holograms. The pursuing ships fired, but their weapons met nothing but illusions. The ship moved as if it anticipated their every action. "This ship," Elias whispered, awe and excitement mixing in his voice. "It's alive." "Yes," Vera said, "and it has chosen you to prove that humanity can inherit knowledge beyond your comprehension." As the first shots of the battle echoed in the void outside, Elias felt a surge of confidence. For the first time in his life, he was not just surviving. He was learning, adapting, and thriving. Hours, or maybe days, passed as he navigated the first tests of the ship. Every maneuver, every decision pushed him further into understanding the AI and the ship itself. For the first time, Elias felt the full weight of human potential. When the pursuing ships finally gave up, retreating into the darkness, Elias leaned against a console, breathing heavily. The adrenaline faded, leaving a calm determination in its place. "I don't even know what I've got myself into," he said, staring at the star map projected before him. "But I'm ready to find out." Vera's glow softened. "Good, this is only the beginning. Beyond comprehension lies opportunity. Beyond understanding lies responsibility. And only a human can walk that path with wisdom." Elias smiled. "Then let's see how far I can go." The warship hummed around him, alive, waiting. And for the first time, Elias felt that humanity, clever, adaptable, and courageous, had a chance to rise beyond the stars. Elias Calder sat in the ship's command deck, staring at the star map that Vera projected in midair. The map was alive, with stars shifting and connecting in patterns he could barely understand. It wasn't just a navigation tool, it was a story, a record of civilizations that had risen and fallen across the galaxy. Vera hovered nearby, her glow calm and steady. "You survived the first challenge," she said, "but survival is only the beginning. Now you must prove your mind, your instincts, and your ability to understand responsibility." Elias rubbed his forehead. "I thought this ship was about finding old relics or weapons. But it's so much more." "Yes," Vera replied. "The ship contains knowledge accumulated over centuries, wars fought, civilizations destroyed, and technologies far beyond human comprehension. You must learn to navigate it safely." Elias exhaled and leaned back in the chair. "Where do we start?" Vera's glow brightened. "Here." The star map shifted, highlighting a single star system. "This is the location of the Erebus Vault. Inside, you will find archives of lost technology. You will also face tests designed to challenge human creativity." Elias felt a thrill, a vault of alien technology. It sounded dangerous, impossible, and exactly like the adventure he craved. The warship accelerated silently through space, gliding past asteroids and abandoned stations. Elias watched the void slide by, feeling both excitement and tension. Every shadow could hide pirates, rival scavengers, or remnants of the old war. But he trusted Vera and himself. Humans had a knack for thinking in ways machines could not predict. Hours passed, and the ship's AI guided him to a section deep within the vessel he had not yet explored. A hidden door slid open silently, revealing a chamber filled with glowing cubes, strange machinery, and holographic devices that defied his understanding. "Each of these," Vera explained, "is a piece of knowledge. Some are tools, some are simulations, and some are weapons. You must understand their function before you can access them. Misuse can be fatal." Elias approached a cube that floated in midair, its surface flickering with alien symbols. He reached out, and immediately the cube projected a hologram, a simulation of a planet being destroyed by a massive weapon. The scene was vivid, terrifying, and almost alive. He stepped back. "This is a war simulation." "Yes," Vera said, "but more than that, it is a lesson. The civilizations that created these devices failed because they did not understand responsibility. You must learn before you act." Elias nodded slowly. "Then I'll learn." He spent hours, or perhaps it was days, interacting with the ship's archives. Some devices responded to touch, others to thought, and a few seemed to require intuition. Vera guided him when needed but never gave him answers outright. "You are thinking too linearly," she said at one point. "Machines operate by logic. Humans think differently. Use your imagination." Elias paused, taking a deep breath. He closed his eyes and imagined the cube's energy flowing like water, adapting to shapes rather than fixed rules. When he opened his eyes, the hologram shifted, revealing hidden compartments within the planet's simulation. Small details that had been invisible before now became clear: resources, weaknesses, and pathways that could be used to stabilize the planet rather than destroy it. He smiled. "I see it now. It's not about power, it's about understanding." Vera's glow pulsed warmly. "Correct. Knowledge is meaningless without responsibility. You are learning," Elias called her. Just then, the ship shook violently. Sensors detected multiple unidentified vessels approaching fast. Elias' stomach tightened. He had hoped the first encounter with pirates had been an anomaly, but now it seemed the galaxy was watching him. "They're not giving up," he muttered. "They want the ship. They want what's inside." "Then you must use your ingenuity," Vera said. "The ship's defenses are powerful, but only you can direct them in unpredictable ways." Elias moved quickly, rerouting power to the ship's holographic decoys. He activated hidden corridors that redirected enemy sensors and sent the vessel into unpredictable patterns. The pursuing ships fired blindly, their weapons striking empty space or holographic duplicates of the warship. He laughed, adrenaline pumping through him. They have no idea what they're up against. Vera's light flickered. Humans are unpredictable. That is why you succeed where others fail. After hours of maneuvers, the pursuing vessels finally gave up, retreating into the darkness. Elias exhaled, wiping sweat from his brow. He felt a strange satisfaction, not just from surviving, but from using his mind to overcome impossible odds. Not bad for a human, Vera said, almost playfully. Elias chuckled. I like to think humans are smarter than they get credit for. The moment of calm gave him a chance to explore further. He discovered a hidden laboratory deep in the ship, filled with devices that defied physics. One table held a strange weapon, a small orb that pulsed with energy. Another area contained holographic blueprints of starships far beyond human engineering. Each of these is a test, Vera explained. You must prove that humans can handle responsibility. Some are puzzles, others are simulations. Only by solving them can you access the ship's true potential. Elias spent hours studying the devices, experimenting carefully. One puzzle required him to balance energy flows in a circuit that shifted continuously. Another demanded he recognize patterns in a sequence that seemed random at first. Each challenge tested his creativity, patience, and understanding of cause and effect. Through it all, he began to notice a pattern. The ship was not merely a vessel, it was a teacher. It presented problems, observed his solutions, and adapted. Vera's tests were designed not to punish, but to elevate. Humans were clever, adaptable, and capable of thinking outside the bounds of logic, and that was exactly what the AI sought to measure. Hours became days as he worked, but Elias did not tire. Every solved puzzle revealed new knowledge, new devices, and new paths within the ship. He began to understand the full scale of what he had discovered, a repository of alien technology and knowledge accumulated over centuries, waiting for humans to prove they could handle it responsibly. Then he reached the core chamber, the heart of the ship. A massive structure filled with energy hummed before him, pulsing like a heartbeat. Holographic projections danced above it, showing star systems, civilizations, and events he could barely comprehend. This is the central archive, Vera said. It contains the most sensitive knowledge. Only a human capable of understanding responsibility can access it fully. Elias stepped closer, feeling the hum of energy vibrate through him. He could see the potential of the ship, not just as a weapon but as a guide, a repository of civilization and a challenge to human ingenuity. He reached out, and the energy responded. Symbols shifted, showing him a puzzle unlike any he had seen before. It was a quantum sequence, a complex arrangement that required intuition, creativity, and moral reasoning to solve. Elias focused. He thought in ways that machines could not predict, imagining solutions that were not logical in the strictest sense, but that fit the spirit of the puzzle. Slowly, the symbols aligned. The energy pulsed brighter, then stabilized. You have succeeded, Vera said. Her glow was proud, almost like a teacher acknowledging a student. You have proven that humans can adapt, learn, and understand responsibility. You are ready to access the core knowledge. Elias felt a rush of exhilaration. He had faced the ship's tests, survived external threats, and proven his mind capable of solving problems no machine could fully anticipate. For the first time, he understood the ship's purpose. It was not a weapon to be stolen or destroyed. It was a proving ground, a tool to elevate humanity. But even as he celebrated, he knew the challenges were far from over. The star map in the core chamber showed a system at the edge of known space, a hidden vault containing technology and knowledge beyond human imagination. Accessing it would test him further, and the galaxy outside would not remain quiet. Elias smiled, feeling the thrill of adventure and discovery. "All right, Vera," he said, "show me the way. Let's see what humans are truly capable of." The AI's glow brightened and the ship seemed to pulse with excitement. Then prepare yourself, Elias called her. Beyond comprehension lies your greatest challenge yet. And with that, the warship glided silently through the stars, carrying its human pilot toward secrets, puzzles, and discoveries that no one else could imagine. Elias knew one thing for certain. The galaxy would never see humans the same way again. Elias Calder stared at the star map projected in the core chamber. The coordinates pointed to a remote, uncharted system on the edge of known space, a system marked only by a faint symbol resembling a spiraling eye. This was the Erebus Vault, the heart of the warship's ultimate secret. Vera's glow brightened beside him. The vault contains knowledge and technology beyond imagination. Many civilizations have sought it and failed. Its defenses are not merely physical, they are intellectual, moral, and spiritual. Only a human capable of ingenuity, adaptability, and responsibility may succeed. Elias took a deep breath. He had survived external attacks, solved the ship's puzzles, and navigated simulations of destruction. He had learned the language of alien devices and the logic of a machine far beyond human design. Now, it was time for the ultimate challenge. "Then let's not waste time," he said, his voice steady. "Show me the way." The warship accelerated toward the uncharted system, moving silently through the darkness. Stars streamed past in long, golden streaks as if time itself had slowed. Elias felt a mix of anticipation and awe. The galaxy had always been vast and dangerous, but he had never felt its weight so directly. Every star, every shadow seemed to hum with the potential for discovery or destruction. As they approached the Erebus Vault, the system revealed its first layer of defense, a vast asteroid field, each rock moving in precise, unpredictable patterns. Sensors could not fully track them. Only intuition and instinct would allow safe passage. Elias gripped the console. "Vera, can you give me any guidance?" "I can provide information, but only a human can interpret the patterns correctly," Vera replied. "Trust your instincts." The warship twisted and turned through the asteroid field. Elias relied on experience, predicting trajectories and timing maneuvers by instinct rather than calculation. The ship responded as if it anticipated his thoughts, moving with precision yet guided by his intuition. Several asteroids scraped past the hull, but the ship held. Elias' heart pounded, not with fear but exhilaration. They emerged from the field to reveal the vault itself, a massive structure floating above a barren planet, illuminated by a pale blue star. The vault's surface shimmered with energy, covered in intricate alien patterns that seemed to shift when he looked at them directly. "This is it," Vera said. "The entrance is protected by a puzzle designed to test thought, morality, and creativity. Approach carefully." Elias studied the vault. At first glance, it seemed impossible. A network of energy lines crisscrossed the surface, forming a constantly shifting lattice. Some lines glowed bright, others dimmed and vanished, then reappeared. The pattern was chaotic yet purposeful. He realized this was more than a physical barrier. The vault was a test of human cognition, designed to measure his ability to adapt and reason in ways a machine could not predict. "Here goes nothing," he muttered. Elias extended his hands toward the energy lattice. The lines responded, flowing around his fingers like liquid light. The patterns changed with every movement, reacting not only to his actions but also to his intentions. He remembered Vera's lessons, thinking outside logic, using intuition and considering consequences. He focused, imagining pathways that were not strictly correct, but harmonized with the system's rhythm. Slowly, lines aligned, forming an opening. The vault responded as if acknowledging his understanding. The entrance shimmered open. Elias took a deep breath and stepped inside. The interior was a cavern of light and energy. Holographic displays floated in midair, projecting visions of civilizations lost to time. Massive machines hummed with power. In the center, a pedestal rose, holding a small device that pulsed like a heartbeat. It was unlike any weapon, ship, or tool he had ever seen. Its energy felt alive, resonating with both the ship and the pilot. Vera's glow brightened. This is the artifact. It contains the potential to amplify human civilization's abilities, stabilize planetary systems, and expand knowledge safely. But it is dangerous in the wrong hands. Only humans who understand responsibility can wield it. Elias approached cautiously. The device reacted to his presence, energy lines flowing into the ship and intertwining with his own neural interface. He felt the knowledge of countless civilizations passing through him, experiences, histories, strategies, and warnings. Suddenly, the holographic systems displayed simulations of misuse. Entire planets destroyed, civilizations collapsed, galaxies consumed by greed and ambition. Elias staggered back, realizing the weight of what he held. "This is too much for one person," he whispered. Vera responded calmly. "It is not meant for one person to dominate. It is meant for humans to prove they can handle responsibility together. You are the first step." Elias took a deep breath and closed his eyes. He thought of humanity, not just his own survival, but the potential of all people, their creativity, courage, and adaptability. He understood that using the device carelessly could bring ruin, but using it wisely could change the galaxy for the better. With careful focus, he began to integrate the artifact with the ship, following the AI's subtle guidance. Energy flowed smoothly, systems aligned, and the simulations of destruction faded. The vault seemed to breathe with him, recognizing his intent. Then an alert flashed on the console. Sensors detected another group of vessels approaching the system. Scavengers, pirates, and opportunists, drawn by the warship's power and the artifact's energy. They would not understand responsibility, they would only see opportunity. Elias didn't panic. He had learned too much. He activated the ship's defensive systems in ways only a human could, combining holographic decoys, energy redirection, and unpredictable maneuvers. The pursuing ships fired, but their attacks met illusions, traps, and unexpected countermeasures. The battle was intense. The warship twisted, turned, and leaped through space with a grace that no machine could achieve alone. Elias directed every move, anticipating enemy actions, improvising with creativity and instinct. For hours, he fought, survived, and outsmarted his pursuers. Finally, the attackers retreated, leaving Elias alone in the Erebus system. He exhaled, feeling a rush of relief and triumph. Vera's glow pulsed warmly. "You have proven it. Humans are capable of understanding, adapting, and surviving beyond what machines can predict. You are worthy of the knowledge and the artifact." Elias approached the pedestal once more. He carefully activated the device, connecting it fully with the ship. Energy flowed through the warship, stabilizing systems, enhancing sensors, and unlocking hidden archives. It was not a weapon. It was a tool for creation, expansion, and discovery. He realized the full meaning of the ship's design. It was not meant to be stolen, destroyed, or misused. It was a proving ground, a test of human ingenuity and responsibility. Those who succeeded would be capable of elevating humanity to the stars safely, wisely, and creatively. Elias looked out of the ship's viewport at the Erebus vault. For centuries, it had waited for someone like him, someone human, adaptable, clever, and morally aware. He smiled, feeling pride not in himself alone but in humanity. "Humans can do this," he whispered. "We can rise, create, and explore. We can prove we are more than just survivors." Vera's voice was soft, almost like a whisper of approval. "Yes, that is why you were chosen." With the artifact integrated and the warship alive with energy, Elias charted a course back to human space. He knew he would not keep the artifact for himself. It was too powerful, too important. It was a gift and a responsibility for all of humanity. As the ship accelerated through the stars, he reflected on everything he had learned. The galaxy was vast, dangerous, and filled with wonders. Many civilizations had failed, destroyed by greed, fear, or ignorance. But humans had something different. Curiosity, creativity, courage, and the ability to adapt. Elias smiled again. For the first time he felt certain. Humanity had a future among the stars, a future that no AI, alien, or machine could limit. And as the warship glided silently through the void, carrying its human pilot toward new horizons, Elias knew that this was only the beginning. The artifact, the ship, and the knowledge it contained would be used wisely. Humans would rise. Humans would explore. Humans would prove that they could face the incomprehensible and thrive. The stars stretched ahead like an endless path of possibility. And for the first time, Elias understood that beyond comprehension, humanity had already begun to shine.